Well, guys, as you know, I'm making videos about ruining our childhoods.
Bob is actually mentally challenged, and Squidward is his legal guardian protecting over him. I can comment for part 3. Fan theories that'll ruin your childhood, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You know Willy Wonka as an eccentric and playful candy genius. But what if I told you he was evil? The evidence is that the tube to the chocolate river is perfectly sized to children, and there's no extra room on the boat that goes through the scary tunnel. Meaning, guys, I love creating content for you, so please support the channel by smashing that plus sign. Back to the vid. Meaning, Willy Wonka is a murderer that uses children as his secret ingredient.
Spill the tea about Krabs and Pearl. Are you sure you want to hear about this? Are you sure? Okay, let's go. There's a crazy conspiracy theory going around saying that Mr. Krabs is not the father of Pearl. He's really just her sugar daddy. What? So of course I did some digging to see if that's true. Apparently this is who Pearl's real father is. And he's in jail? So if that is Pearl's real dad and he is in jail, then what does that make Mr. Krabs? But then there's this picture of Mr. Krabs holding Pearl when she was a baby. So that means that Mr. Krabs is not her sugar daddy. He's actually her adoptive father. Don't worry, Pearl, you'll be okay.
Okay, this theory's gonna piss some people off. What if Jack is actually Rose's hallucination? That's right, when does Rose see Jack first? When she's about to commit suicide. What if Jack actually helped Rose escape from her depression and her abusive husband? When do we see Jack the most? Every time she's about to commit suicide or anytime her abusive husband's around. If you don't believe me, where are the records of Jack?
We never found anything on Jack. There's no record of him at all.
No, there wouldn't be, would there?
SpongeBob fan theories that will ruin your childhood, part 1. You know Mr. Krabs to be a money-hungry boss that loves his whale of a daughter, Pearl. But why is Mr. Krabs so obsessed with protecting the Krabby Patty secret formula? And why do we never see Pearl's mom? One fan theory suggests that Mr. Krabs actually killed his wife and disposed of the body by serving it to his customers at the Krusty Krab. Like and follow for part 2.
Oh my goodness.
So what's considered by many to be the last episode of Tom and Jerry, Tom falls in love with a white cat. So the white cat then leads him on but leaves him for another rich cat called Butch. And then Tom literally sells himself into slavery to buy her a car. And then when he comes to show her the car, his car gets destroyed by Butch's car. Tom gets really sad and then goes to sit on the train tracks, and his friend Jerry comes to cheer him up. But then Jerry's girlfriend passes by with another man. So then Jerry joins his friend Tom on the train tracks, and the episode ends with the lights fading out and the sound of a train.
This is Dan Snyder. He was big up in Nickelodeon. This guy made Good Burger, he made iCarly, he made Victorious, he made Drake and Josh, he made everything. I seen him on something from 1985. He got fired over allegations he was making actresses do weird stuff with their feet. He did this on camera. You can look him up. There's one of Ariana Grande, and it's absolutely disgusting and it's weird. He didn't get in trouble till 2018, so that means he was just doing this in front of everybody's face and everybody knew about it. The Nickelodeon logo was a foot. If you rewatch old Nickelodeon shows, the subliminal messaging is insane.
So I'm out here watching Avatar The Last Airbender, right? Trying to relive my childhood memories. But something about this scene did not rest with my soul. So at first I'm like, haha, funny joke, we all know it's a flying bison. Or maybe that's just exactly what they want us to think. My quest for truth takes me to modernfarmer.com. And based on the website's description, what did I find? Appa matches 4 out of 5 of the buffalo characteristics. Then come to find out that bison are native to Europe and North America, while buffalo are native to Africa and where? Asia. And if you didn't already know, Avatar takes place in Asia. I then learned that the Asian variety is known as the water buffalo. Appa seems to really like water. So much so that he was trapped in it for 100 years. Like for part 2 to hear my theory on the motive behind the lies.
I have a major conspiracy theory with the Santa Claus movies. My theory is that the elves at the North Pole conspired against the Santa Claus that falls off the roof. Alright, so this is right in the rolling credits in the beginning. We see this little girl. Okay, we see her face. Look at those ears! That's a freaking...
That's an elf, guys. Hold on, let me just, like, get something straight. So if the girl's an elf and Santa Claus is coming to town, that means only something is happening. And you might know what it is. You might not know what it is. But they're doing something. And we're ruining childhoods here. Rapunzel and her prince had a baby. And then her prince died. And the grandma took the baby. And that was actually Rapunzel, guys. Oh my goodness. After that, then something's wrong. They're trying to make you think that Rapunzel was that princess that cut her hair. Yeah, so because that was an absolute Rapunzel.
Elf. I always thought this scene was so weird when I watched it as a kid. It's weird because this kid literally does not react to the fact that the Santa who left is not the Santa who came back. None of the elves have any concern for the fact that it's not the other guy. He's the head elf and he's just observing. Like, he's happy about it. This is not a natural reaction to your boss dying and being replaced.
Okay, so a few people asked for more examples of the Mandela effect. So here's that video, and trust me, they're creepy. Okay, so the first one, if you watched this show as a kid, you might remember it being Looney Tunes. No. Looney Tunes. So if you didn't watch that, you might watch Curious George, and you might have thought, he's got a tail. No, he hadn't got a tail. But maybe you didn't watch some shows. Maybe you had a pair of Skechers. And maybe you've been spelling it wrong your whole life. There's no T. Or maybe instead you're eating a bowl of cereal and you're eating some Fruit Loops. But you didn't realise you're actually eating Fruit Loops with 2 O's. Or maybe you're playing a game of Monopoly and you remember Monopoly Man having a monocle. He didn't even have glasses. Or maybe you're watching Snow White and she says mirror mirror on the wall. But the problem is she never did. In fact, the Wicked Queen says magic mirror on the wall.
You won't believe this crazy conspiracy theory. SpongeBob is set in Bikini Bottom. It was named after Bikini Atoll. And this real-life Bikini Bottom had nuclear tests. The theory is SpongeBob and friends are a result of radiation.
If you don't want some of your childhood ruined, I would stop watching this video. In January of 1999, the awesome show Ed, Edd and Eddy came out. The 3 main characters, Ed, Edd, and Eddy, were always on adventures in their cul-de-sac. There were other characters in the shows that were friends and bullies. It sounds like a normal life of a kid, right? But what if I told you all the kids are actually dead, and the cul-de-sac that they live on is purgatory? For the people who don't know what purgatory is, it is a place or a state of suffering inhabited by the souls of sinners. They are expiating their sins before they go to heaven. Each character actually died in a different time period. For example, Eddie is so obsessed with money and wealth that he actually died during the Great Depression, or that Rolf was an immigrant farm boy from the early 1900s who died in a farm accident. During the episodes, there aren't any parents around.
I'll show you something. I know you don't like this, but here we go. As you know, if you don't know, the world is gonna end.
Yo guys, it's Zerd Checo. Here's another video, and today I pranked my mom and my dad, but in this video will be my dad's reaction to the prank. It was a nuclear warfare prank. So I pranked my dad, basically showing him that North Korea bombed us. So here you go, here's the video. I'm showing mom the Stephen Colbert video. I think she likes it.
Supremacist, KKK, neo-Nazi, and all extremist groups. Okay, good. Finally, someone willing to stand up. Only we don't know who that person was, because it was an unidentified White House spokesperson.
All right.
Why unidentified? Look.
You saw that brown girl walking by, right? That woman is actually white. So that means that brown girl is adopted. Yes, she's adopted. You might not think she's not adopted, blah blah blah. That's actually her mother. If that wasn't her mother, where's her black dad at? Exactly.
Of course we don't support the Nazis or the KKK.
That flippin' scared me. Guys.
You guys.
That flippin' scared me. We gotta turn that down. Oh my goodness, that scared me. A heart.
Checo, here's another video, and today
Dang,
I
she's loud.
pranked my mom and my dad, but in this video will be my dad's reaction to the prank. It was a nuclear warfare prank. So I pranked my dad, basically showing him that North Korea bombed us. So here you go, here's the video. I'm showing mom the Stephen Colbert video.
I was just talking about that.
Neo-Nazi, and all extremist groups. Okay, good.
So the girl is actually not adopted.
Only we don't know who that person
She is.
Because it was an unidentified White House
She's not.
spokesperson.
I could just feel she is adopted. Because that woman, oh my goodness.
We interrupt this program. This is a national emergency. Important instructions.
No, she's not adopted.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. A nuclear attack was commenced against the United States. 15 nuclear bombs have detonated in several areas across the country. They include Baltimore, Boston,
I'm not zooming in,
Chicago,
guys.
Denver,
It's
Detroit,
zooming in
Los
so
Angeles,
far.
Las Vegas, New York, Pennsylvania, Portland, Maine, Portland, Oregon, San Francisco, San Diego, Seattle, and Washington, D.C. At this time, all residents within a 400-mile radius of these areas should seek a fallout shelter. Fallout is a product of nuclear attacks. Prolonged exposure to fallout will result in certain death. If there is a nearby location that has been designated as a fallout shelter, go there now. Otherwise, seek shelter in the interior part of a strong building on the lowest floor.
3018 will be the end of the world, just to let you, that's a warning. And we'll be going before that. We're probably going to Mars. We don't really know yet. We're probably going to Mars and stuff. I haven't posted in a long time. Guys, and I'm at my granny's house. I'm staying here until my baby sister is born, and I think we're gonna be gone by then. My baby sister is gonna be dead. And all the people of the United States of America and everybody that was important they will be good. And to actually know we're the aliens. Oh my goodness, guys. There you go. Bye, guys.